My own Jules here, welcome to my channel. So it's another Tuesday, another Take and Create. So what we've got for you today is we've got some envelopes. We've got one large envelope and two small envelopes. And then what I did do was I did a letter, and I've done the pages so it looks as though it's ripped. You can either, you know, rip round it or leave it like that. I even did it so that you could print it onto thinner paper and just have it like that, and it will fold up into, it won't fit in like that. What you need to do is you need to fold it and then fold it, but we will do that. I've got a lighter piece of paper. So with the magic of editing, I'm going to go away and I'm going to cut these out, and I will see you in a bit. Okay, that's me back. So I've cut the envelopes out. You can see that one's got, I did a lighter kind of plate on top of that one. I haven't with these. I printed this on also on, it's what you call newspaper paper or thin typewriter paper. The reason I did that was because I'm going to stick that one back to back and kind of rip this out. I also printed that one 2 to a page, so I've got some little envelopes, and my original letter I'm going to use as a journal page, because I thought it would look nice with that in the background. So what we'll do first is we'll do the letters, and now this is kind of quite fragile paper, so I need to, it's like book page, so I need to watch it. I don't rip it. It is I got it from a shop. It's Ryman's now, but it used to be the stationery shop. But it's typewriter paper. So just it's a bit wrinkled, but it's fine. It doesn't matter if it's a bit wrinkled, and the edges are going to get ripped anyway, so it doesn't matter if you don't get it inked down properly. Right, again we're going to do the same with that one. I'm just using a glue stick. Again, and this the papers I've used for this are from the lavender and lace kit. Yeah. So it will go with that kit. You know, you can add it into there. It'll look quite good. So there we are. So we'll just leave the glue to dry in a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a crease board to crease these. If you haven't got a crease board, you can use a ball tool and a ruler. We'll see. I'm using it because I've got a ridge underneath there. I'm needing to use a larger ball tool because I don't want to put the ball tool through the paper. And I'm just matching the edges. We've got, so you fold your two sides in, and your bottom one is obviously the one with the flat, and then that one goes over the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'll do the little ones, and then I'm going to ink the insides of the flap of that one where you can see it. If you've got a coffee dyed, well, if you collect my Take and Create, you'll have a coffee dyed page. You can print a coffee dyed on the back of that. That's probably what I should have done. However, I didn't, so I'm just going to show you how to do it. And you can use these envelopes as a template to use on your pretty papers, so you can have different kinds of envelopes. You can, it's entirely up to you. I keep saying I'm going to do a template kit of like envelopes and pockets that you can just print out on your, either print out and cut out and use as templates, and also print out on your pretty papers. Quite like that one. And if you're wondering what I'm using, this is an X-Cut. The X-Cut is the company, and it looks like one of those pens with the different inks. It's not. It's the red one's a pin tool, so it's like a pokey tool. The blue one's a 1mm ball tool, then a 1.5mm ball tool, and a 2mm ball tool. And if you look online, X-Cut, they do sell them. They're still available. So just see what I've got left on the blending tool. I mean, I could cover it with book page, whatever I wanted. Right, just need a little bit down here. It's one of those dome ones. I don't like the dome ones, I really don't. So we will use seal brown and over. Again, as I've said in the past, if you just get into your corners, that one. And that's that. Put that to one side, and then we're going to stick these. So oops, I'm just doing the bottom because I know that fits. And if you wanted, you could round off that bit as well. And again, just the bottom flap, just the sides. Okay, so I'm ripping this down. I'm not ripping it in a particular I'm just ripping it down, that's all. And then along the bottom. And in the middle you'll see there's like more of a pattern on the edge of the letter, so if you wanted you could stick to that or not. I'm trying to a little bit, but I don't want to. That's that. And then I'm just inking around the edges. And there we've got that. Like that. If I can do that one up like that. and we'll pop that in there. If you've got any bits sticking out just like that where it's not ripped, but you can put them in like that. So if you don't want to rip around it but you want it to look a little bit ripped, you can put your ruler on it. Yeah, that's ripped a little bit off, that's fine. And then again, and it just makes it look like that oldie worldy letter. And again, just let me look at that. You'll know if it's going to fit in. And then there we are. Now this one, I'm going to have to put a little bit of, because obviously it didn't stick properly, so never mind. Now what I am going to do is I am going to I'm just ripping and we'll just strip this corner out. And we'll have this out. Yep, need to be careful. And because I've used kind of thin paper, it rips easy. And then just let me and I'm not too worried about the, you know, the sort of like being a bit rough around the edges and it's creasing the paper a little bit. That's fine. And okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crease this up. I've not done it with the smaller ones, I've just done it with this one. And it's just to kind of let you see how you can do, you know, make something look kind of old. This paper does look old anyway, because it's the way it's the digital. But then when you've creased it, if you just lightly put your ink blender, I've got it in a lighter brown because I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, and then we'll just iron that out a little bit. And there you've got kind of an oldie looking letter, so then fold it in half. Now it might go in that way, no it's not going to, because we've got a couple of little bits, but we can take them off and ink them around a little bit. See if we can get this in. Yeah, so if you rip the edges like the page, then it does go in, but however we need to put that down a little bit and just so it goes down. And there we are. And then what we're going to do is now anybody that knows me knows that I put my papers in onto fins so that they look like that. So what I want is I'm going to round that corner off. And I'm going to have that, I think, I want to show that part of it. What I'm going to do is I've got an old I've got a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pocket out of this so it looks perfect. So I'm just going to cut that in half. A bit more off this side. So this is what you can do, you know, when you get a freebie. It doesn't mean to say that you can't print it off more than once. I'm going to take it off. Right, I'm going to take it down about there. And I'm going to cut it about there. Right, so I just guessed it, but I'll give you the measurements if you want them. So I cut that off at 5 inches, then I cut the bottom off at 2 inches. So what I'm doing is just reinforcing that. And you can see it matches up there, so I'm just going to and these are kind of like secret hidden pockets, and they're quite good in journals. So I'll put that there. Now this one is going to go there. Now normally I would put that underneath, but I'm not. But I am going to do I'm just going to do the sides. Not going to do, yeah, I am going to do the bottom. Because I don't need a deep pocket. And then what you do is you just match that down to there like that. And then we just slide these in here like that, and that one in there like that, and there we are. Now because I've just glued them, I don't really want to put them in too tight, but that's all you do, and that makes a really good journal. And then you've got the other side for putting pockets or whatever. I mean, I could have done that, could have done it on that one if I'd wanted to. Could put another pocket on there. Could do a secret side pocket with that other bit. It won't be wasted. The only bits that will be wasted is these that are ripped off. So the papers that I used is 165 GSM to do the envelopes, and that envelope, that letter, to do the letter that's in there and the letters here, I used, it's like, I think it's about 60 GSM. It's really, really, really thin paper. And it's called typewriter paper or newsprint paper. So if you look online and look for typewriter paper or newsprint paper, the envelopes were printed off, I think, on 120 GSM. That's what I normally print off. So I printed one of them off. I printed two of the letters on the 100, well, that's 120 GSM, that's 165 GSM, and I used that as the journal page. The other one we cut in half and used it and put it on so it just looks part of the page. It's actually kind of a bit wonky there, but it all fits in, it all looks good. And I've not, if you wanted, you could ink the edges, but I would do that before you put them on, otherwise you're going to get ink. But you can do it like that. And the same with that. I mean, if you want it to be a total secret pocket, then don't ink the edges at all. And there you can see them a little bit, and if you wanted you could put thumb notches in. It's entirely up to you. And that would actually fit in there as well, so you could have like 2 low pockets. I can put that in now because it's definitely in, and we'll have one open. I think we'll have the one that's ripped round a bit and like that. And this is how I put my journal pages in, so they're on fins like that, so that would be in there. Yeah, and I can still stitch around it. I'll just take them out and I just stitch around it, that's fine. And that'll go in there. It'll not go in this one, it'll go in the lavender and lace journal. So I hope you get something out of that. Hope you have a go. Again, use these as templates so that you can cut out, you know, if you've got the bee journal, you can have some bee envelopes. If you want to do it with any type of paper, just do it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.